But Kobe, in your mind, as you see things, did Karl Malone make a pass at your wife?
You know what? I know what took place.
Now, Anthony and Garnett have to be careful. They're barking at each other right now. The officials should get over there, and there it is, a double second.
Trash talk has always been common between players, but some have crossed the line by dragging their rivals' wives into personal feuds. From Kevin Garnett targeting Carmelo Anthony's wife to Karl Malone allegedly making a pass at Kobe Bryant's wife, these moments went far beyond competition. These are the incidents where players disrespected their rivals' families. Kevin Garnett versus Carmelo Anthony stands out above them all. Let's begin with what is often considered the most infamous trash talk incident in NBA history. It happened on January 7th, 2013, when the Boston Celtics faced the New York Knicks at Madison Square Garden in what should have been a routine Atlantic Division matchup. No one expected the game to become legendary for all the wrong reasons. Kevin Garnett, the Hall of Fame power forward known for relentless defense and merciless verbal attacks, was matched up with Carmelo Anthony all night. According to multiple reports, Garnett's trash talk was nonstop, crossing a line Anthony later said was unacceptable between men ever.
Falling Melo, they're both just grabbing each other. So, a one-shot foul. Garnett's moving in, now he's battling Stoudemire. Anthony having one of those nights that we have not seen very often this year.
The effect of Garnett's comments showed instantly as Carmelo struggled badly, shooting 6 for 26, only 23%, later admitting Garnett got into his head, shattered his concentration, and threw his entire rhythm completely off during game.
Now Anthony and Garnett have to be careful. They're barking at each other right now. The officials should get over there, and there it is, a double.
And there it was. But this was the moment when things shifted from intense to truly explosive. After the game ended in a 102-96 Celtics win, Anthony completely bypassed the Knicks tunnel and stormed toward the Celtics locker room, shouting and actively looking for Garnett. The tension escalated further when Anthony waited near the team bus, creating a volatile standoff that forced MSG security, police officers, Knicks coach Mike Woodson, and teammate J.R. Smith to step in to prevent a physical fight. This led to the question everyone wanted answered. What did Garnett actually say that caused Carmelo to lose control so dramatically? For years, a rumor spread throughout the basketball world claiming Garnett made a crude comment involving Anthony's wife, Lala Anthony, and Honey Nut Cheerios. The story exploded across social media and tabloids, becoming one of the most repeated pieces of NBA gossip ever. However, what many people don't realize is that the rumor was repeatedly denied by everyone involved. In a 2021 GQ interview, Garnett directly addressed allegations, stating he never mentioned anyone's family and joking that he preferred Frosted Flakes, not Honey Nut Cheerios. Lala Anthony also shut down the rumor in her 2014 book, calling it ridiculous and a complete lie. So, if it wasn't a Cheerios comment, what was actually said? The truth finally surfaced in a 2024 podcast appearance when Carmelo revealed the real trigger, saying Garnett told him, "I smell," along with other personal insults. Teammate Amon Shumpert, who witnessed the exchange, confirmed the account and mocked the Cheerios rumor as nonsense. Because of the post-game confrontation, Anthony received a 1-game suspension, with the NBA ruling his actions unacceptable regardless of provocation. Despite the hostility, both players later reconciled during All-Star Weekend and have remained cordial. Sullah Medri versus Trevor Ariza followed. While the Garnett-Anthony clash was explosive, this next incident became even more personal and ugly. It occurred on December 27, 2016, as the Houston Rockets dismantled the Dallas Mavericks 123-107 in their 4th regular season matchup. Houston had dominated Dallas all season, and frustration was boiling over. The game turned physical early, including Andrew Bogut's flagrant foul on James Harden and multiple confrontations. By the final buzzer, officials issued 8 technical fouls, setting the stage for chaos. However, it was the confrontation between Sullah Medri and Trevor Ariza that defined the night. During the break between the 3rd and 4th quarters, the two engaged in a heated verbal exchange that quickly escalated beyond standard trash talk. When Ariza was hit with a second technical and ejected, his reaction showed just how personal the exchange had become.
Ariza got his second technical called and had to leave the court.
Yeah, 2 T's and you are ejected. See Rocket security trying to keep him over in the Rockets bench area. There comes Keith Jones in there to...
So why was Ariza so enraged that security had to physically restrain him? According to Ariza himself, Medri crossed the line by calling his child AB, an insult that instantly turned trash talk into something deeply personal. The situation was even worse because Ariza's children had traveled to Dallas specifically to watch their father play, meaning they were in the arena when the comment was made. Video footage of the ejection clearly shows Ariza telling officials and those nearby exactly what was said, repeatedly insisting that Medri insulted his baby. Once the final buzzer sounded, Ariza's anger did not fade. He headed straight toward the Mavericks' locker room area, joined by teammates Patrick Beverley, James Harden, and Eric Gordon, waiting for a chance to confront Medri directly. The atmosphere became so tense that Dallas police closely monitored the area to prevent any physical escalation. Recognizing how dangerous the situation had become, Mavericks players, including Darren Williams, attempted to calm things down, while team staff physically held Medri inside the locker room. Eventually, cooler heads prevailed when Medri exited through another route, avoiding what could have turned into a violent confrontation. Medri later strongly denied the accusations, claiming Ariza was the one using profanity and insisting he would never involve an opponent's family. The following day, he addressed the controversy on Twitter, emphasizing respect and professionalism. James Harden, however, rejected that explanation, telling reporters that the Mavericks were disrespectful and unprofessional throughout the game. The NBA reviewed both the on-court incident and the locker room confrontation, but surprisingly issued no fines or suspensions, citing a lack of conclusive evidence and the fact that no physical contact occurred. By the next day, Ariza appeared ready to move on, briefly stating it's over, and shifting his focus to the next game. Tony Parker and Brent Barry's wife brings us to the next story, which moves away from on-court confrontations and into something far more personal that rocked the San Antonio Spurs organization at its core. This scandal centers on Tony Parker, the French point guard who helped lead the Spurs to multiple championships and was married to Hollywood actress Eva Longoria after their lavish 2007 wedding in Paris.
Yes, Tony Parker.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you met him?
No.
You want to meet him?
Yeah. But you asked for mine.
It was simple. Seriously. She came to the locker room. Her dad wanted to meet the play.
Their relationship appeared to be a real-life Hollywood fairy tale, admired by fans and media alike. But in 2010, that illusion collapsed dramatically when Eva Longoria discovered hundreds of text messages on Tony Parker's phone exchange between him and Erin Barry, the wife of his Spurs teammate Brent Barry. The messages were reportedly flirtatious and sexually explicit, sent secretly over more than a year. Although sources later claimed the messages occurred while the Barry marriage was already falling apart, that context did little to soften the sense of betrayal. Parker eventually admitted to the texting relationship through sources, but firmly denied that anything physical ever occurred. The situation grew even uglier when people close to Longoria alleged this was not Parker's first act of infidelity, claiming he cheated just 5 months after their wedding. The timing of the divorces intensified the media frenzy. Brent Barry filed for divorce from Erin in October 2010, citing conflict of personalities. Only 3 weeks later, Longoria filed her own divorce papers, making connection impossible to ignore. Erin Barry later broke her silence, publicly stating she never had an affair with Tony Parker and never pursued him, blaming speculation on unfortunate timing rather than wrongdoing. What made the scandal especially shocking was a violation of the unwritten NBA Brotherhood Code. These men were teammates who won championships together and trusted each other on the court. Despite everything, both men remain connected to Spurs today, with Brent working in the front office and Tony occasionally involved with team activities, though the scandal remains a dark chapter no one likes revisiting. Karl Malone versus Vanessa Bryant now brings us to one of the most disturbing incidents involving a player's wife. This story includes 2 Lakers legends, a young Kobe Bryant and veteran Karl Malone. The incident occurred in November 2004 during Malone's lone season with the Lakers. As the aging star chased a championship ring, that had eluded him throughout his Hall of Fame career. What happened that season would permanently shatter any friendship or respect between the two players forever.
Talking a lot as of late, talking about his Laker team, currently 3 games over 500, talking about his life-changing experiences over the last 18 months, which has affected his image, and yes, talking about Karl Malone and explaining why he accused his former teammate of making a pass at his wife Vanessa.
According to detailed accounts from Kobe Bryant and his agent Rob Pelinka, the incident began seemingly harmlessly when Vanessa Bryant attended a Lakers home game against the Milwaukee Bucks with her young daughter. During the game, Vanessa was on the phone with Kay Malone, Karl Malone's wife, who suggested that Vanessa call Karl to help entertain the child, since he was sitting courtside with his son. What happened during that phone call, however, was far from innocent. Malone reportedly made several flirtatious remarks that crossed every boundary of appropriate behavior. He allegedly invited Vanessa to sit next to him, promising a big hug worthy of magazine covers. When Vanessa responded by pointing out his age, noting he was old enough to be her father, Malone allegedly replied with the unsettling comment, "Oh, like your daddy." But the most disturbing remark was still to come. When Vanessa asked about his cowboy outfit, Malone allegedly responded, "I'm hunting for young Mexican girls." Because Vanessa is of Mexican-American descent, the comment was not only inappropriate, but carried deeply offensive racial undertones that left her shocked, humiliated, and profoundly uncomfortable.
In your mind, as you see things, did Karl Malone make a pass at your wife?
You know what? I know what took place. I know what I feel like took place. Those surrounding the situation knows. We all know what happened in the situation. And, but other than that, it's just water under the...
Kobe's reaction to noted events was immediate and decisive. He confronted Malone that same night, telling him clearly to stay away from his wife. A four-way phone call the following day involving both couples ended with Malone offering only a weak and conditional apology, saying he was sorry if anything he said was out of line. Malone's camp responded just as dismissively, with his agent stating publicly that Malone was surprised by the accusations and firmly denied making any pass. Malone himself brushed off the controversy as nothing more than a Hollywood soap opera and refused further discussion. The fallout intensified an already chaotic Lakers season filled with internal drama and tension. Although the league issued no discipline because it was considered a personal matter, Kobe made it clear the relationship was finished forever. Shaquille O'Neal and Laura Govin brings us to another scandal involving one of basketball's largest personalities. This story has been denied, debated, and argued for more than a decade, and includes allegations that shook several families at once. In 2009, leaked emails allegedly showed O'Neal and Laura Govin, the fiancée of NBA player Gilbert Arenas, arranging secret hotel meetings for romantic encounters. The timing could not have been worse. O'Neal was married to Shawnee while Govin was engaged to Arenas and had children involved. The consequences followed immediately. Days after the emails surfaced, Shawnee filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences, ending what appeared to be a stable marriage. The impact on Gilbert Arenas proved even harsher. Arenas later revealed on his podcast that opposing fans relentlessly mocked him during games, chanting "Shaq, Shaq, Shaq" whenever he approached the free throw line. The humiliation affected his play so badly that he admitted he hit only backboard, unable to focus on routine shots under pressure. However, the story remains complicated. Laura Govin has consistently and forcefully denied any affair ever occurred, claiming the allegations were false, exaggerated, and fueled by rumor rather than truth. Supporters, critics, and analysts continue revisiting the controversy because no definitive proof ever surfaced, leaving the incident suspended between rumor denial and public perception, ensuring the debate survives years later despite statement apologies, denials, and careers moving forward for fans, media players, families, reputations, legacy, and history books.
Until I talk to Shawnee, because she is the one who started all this. When she's ready to have a real woman-to-woman conversation, but not only are you going to hear my answer and what the truth is, I'm going to give you some of you.
As early as 2010, Govin publicly labeled the emails as fake, firmly stating that everyone involved knew the truth about what actually happened. She has held that position consistently for more than 15 years without backing down. In a strange twist, A 2016 court investigation determined that Govan had intentionally distributed her own emails, resulting in her being ordered to pay over $100,000. That ruling only deepened confusion surrounding an already murky situation, with accusations and counter-accusations flying in every direction. As for Shaquille O'Neal, he later admitted to general infidelity during his marriage in a 2022 podcast appearance, openly expressing regret for failing to protect his vows. However, he has never directly addressed the specific allegations involving Laura Govan, leaving lingering questions unanswered to this day. Paul George and Roy Hibbert's fiancée now brings us from confirmed scandals into the territory of explosive allegations. This story nearly tore apart a rising NBA contender during a critical postseason stretch. In May 2014, as the Indiana Pacers stumbled through a disappointing playoff run, an anonymous tip emerged claiming Paul George was romantically involved with Valerie Cook, the fiancée of teammate Roy Hibbert. The timing felt far too perfect to ignore. Hibbert was visibly struggling on the court, including a shocking playoff game where he scored 0 points, and the rumor suggested a locker room conflict over Cook was the real reason behind his sudden and dramatic collapse.
Paul George, I think he's trash in the playoffs. 76 is way too...
Rather than allowing the rumor to grow unchecked, Paul George acted quickly and decisively to shut it down. He posted a photo on Instagram from a fishing trip alongside Roy Hibbert and teammate George Hill, pairing it with a caption that left no room for doubt. "These rumors have got to stop. It's getting old now, and all you that believe them are ignorant brothers." What made the situation even more compelling was what followed that trip. Hibbert responded with one of his best performances of the postseason, scoring 28 points and grabbing 9 rebounds in the very next game. He later credited George for reaching out during a difficult moment and helping him clear his mind of the noise and distractions. The strongest proof that the rumor was baseless came later that year, when Hibbert and Valerie Cook married in September 2014, with Pacers teammates, including George, attending the ceremony. The wedding sent a clear message that the team's bond remained intact despite the gossip. Shannon Brown and Pau Gasol's girlfriend brings us to another unsettling chapter. This story takes place during the 2011 Los Angeles Lakers season, when the team entered the playoffs with championship expectations, but was embarrassingly swept by the Dallas Mavericks in the second round. Something appeared visibly wrong throughout the series. Pau Gasol, typically one of the league's most dependable stars, looked distracted and emotionally detached. He shot just 42% from the field against Dallas, a sharp decline from his usual dominance, leaving fans searching for answers. Following the loss, whispers spread rapidly across the basketball world. Rumors claimed Gasol's girlfriend, Spanish dancer Sylvia Lopez Castro, had been unfaithful with teammate Shannon Brown. Then Brown made a move that turned speculation into full-blown controversy, pouring gasoline onto what had initially been a quiet and unsettling fire within the locker room.